Space, the final frontier. My name is Captain Foley, and these are my adventures. Captain's Log Stardate 2016-07.22. Welcome back, everyone. This is my first full Captain's Log, officially back from Mission America. I did do a quick little one the other day, just to kind of get caught up on all the comments and questions from the previous logs, so I can kind of start fresh on this one. There's a lot I want to show you guys from the trip, and there's a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about. So first thing I want to do, I know I've already kind of done this for one video for my Star Trek Beyond speculation video, where it was just myself, but I really want to dedicate this Captain's Log to the memory of Neil Davidson. Great guy, great Trekyards member who really enjoyed my Captain's Logs, and I wanted to make this one special. I wanted to dedicate it to him, and he will be sorely missed. He already is. I always look forward to seeing his comments and whatnot, and it's been very lacking in some of the posts where I'm expecting him to jump in. So I really want to dedicate this whole Captain's Log to him. So yes. Anyway, let's get started. I got a lot of great stuff to show you guys from our Mission America trip. I'm just going to get straight into that, to showing you a bunch of the items I got and some cool stuff, so that you guys can kind of see what's going on. First of all, the one thing I really am proud of is my Ships of the Line book. I've had this since Christmas when it first came out, but when we were at Doug Drexler's place and Rick Sternbach and John Eves came, I got them all to sign it. So Doug wrote, "Captain Stewie, go boldly, but go home. Love, Doug Drexler." Kind of made me sad. It's like he didn't want us there. He also put his NX stamp there, which is very cool. And then, of course, here we got John Eves, drew a little starship. "To the mighty Captain Foley, you're a king among men, John Eves." And then at the bottom here, Rick Sternbach drew a little spacescape and signed it. So I got the three, besides Matt Jeffries, the three biggest starship designers signing the Ships of the Line book. So that was awesome. I got pictures of them signing that, so that's something that I'll always be able to cherish. My brother Steve, he sent his down with me. He also had his signed by all of them as well. And Doug Drexler asked, "What should I put in your brother Steve's?" And I said, well, my brother Steve's older than me, and he's a bigger Star Trek fan than I am. So I told him to put "To the original Captain Foley." So that's what Doug did. So that was very nice of him. So that's cool. That's something I'll always cherish. Now, also we got our Trekyards prints that were available at our booth. Each of these has been signed. To Stuart, Trekyards rocks. Great working with you, Alec Peters, Garth. Got him to sign one of the Aries ones. And then Sean Turinjo, the Titan. To Captain Stewart. Thanks for the great weekend, Sean Turinjo. There's that. Doug Drexler, go boldly, Doug Drexler. Rob Burnett, to Stewart, you're my second favorite Canadian, his first being William Shatner, who starred in his movie Free Enterprise, one of my all-time favorite movies. I got a chance to interview Rob Burnett. That interview was released yesterday on the Trekyards channel, today being Friday. This is actually being filmed Thursday, the day before. This is being filmed the day that it was released. And tonight I'm going to see Star Trek Beyond. But this video isn't getting released until tomorrow, so I kind of have to put everything in the future. And I just ruined it for you all. And then John Eves, I had him sign the TOS, or the Retro Bird of Prey from Enterprise, because I hate this ship, and he knows it. I've said it in the episode where we talk about this ship. I told him that I hate it and the reasons I hate it. But he wrote, to Stuart, so glad you got command of this most excellent ship, John Eves. Thank you, John. Yeah, so that's cool. Got those, and also got Sean Turinjo came to our hotel room and hung out for a little while. Got him to sign his ISS Titan. To Captain Foley, long live the Empire, Sean Turinjo. This is my favorite version of this ship. The nacelles look so much better in this configuration. But he also gave me the original Titan right here. To Captain Foley, great weekend. Thanks for inviting me to join you, Sean Turinjo. Sean is a great guy. Really had fun hanging out with him, and he's been nothing but great to us. He's supplied us with our artwork for our channel, our header pictures, our avatars, if you will. Fantastic job with those, and really a great guy. Looking forward to hanging out with him again soon. Also here, this is full of John Hughes prints. There's the Rocketeer at the front, but I've got the Enterprises, or the TOS Enterprise with the Blue Angels and the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds prints in here signed. They're all personalized. I could show them all to you, I guess. There's this one to Captain Foley. Then the one from Archer's Ready Room. And that just says to Stewart, John Hughes, right here, signed in gold. And the Iron Giant. To Stewart, Superman, John Hughes. And then there's these, those are the ones that he gave us when he showed up at Doug Drexler's place in LA. He brought those, he brought some for everybody, even Doug Drexler and Rick Sternbach got some. But these are the ones that I got at Wonderfest. This is the Rocketeer, John Hughes. He did this in one night, this picture. Didn't get to sleep till like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, because he found out he needed it the next day for a Rocketeer anniversary thing. So he fired that out in a night. Didn't get any sleep. And I've got the Thunderbirds and Blue Angels here. That just says Stewart, keep 'em flying, John Hughes. And then here's the other version of that, the other side. And that says, to the mighty Stewart, signed John Hughes. So those are the ones that I got at Wonderfest. And John is an incredible guy. Those ones from Wonderfest, I was like, well, how much for just the two prints after he had signed them? And he's like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. You know, I love working with you guys on Trekyards. Just don't worry about it. I'm like, well, I do worry about it. I want to pay for something. So I ended up paying $10 for the Rocketeer one. Even though he said, keep your money, keep your money. I still slipped him a $10 bill because, you know, he does such great work for us, and I just want, I'd feel guilty if I didn't. So he got $10 out of me anyway for that. But then he brought all these extra ones when we were in LA. So that's fabulous. A lot of those I definitely want to get framed because those are fantastic. Fantastic pieces of art. John is a very talented guy. Let's see what else we got here. So much stuff. These next prints are from actually Wonderfest. I got Spock and the Admiral's signature here. Even says the Admiral and Spock. That's from no, this is from Minesifter. It's a cool shot with them both sitting at the desk and the ship in the background. And then a picture of the Admiral on the bridge. To Stewart, at ease. So, very cool. Also got a print from Alec Peters to Captain Foley. The tip of the spear must be sharp. Garth of Izar. I think the quote should be, the tip of the spear had best be sharp. But still very cool. So there's those. So much stuff. Also, since it's the 50th, I've also bought a bunch of extra stuff. But we're going to get to that in a second. First of all, I want to show you something that was given to both Samuel and myself at Denver Comic Con. that you guys are just, I think you're going to love. And it was by a gentleman named Jack Nelson. Gave us these little wooden boxes. So Stuart Foley, Captain, Starfleet Command, United Federation of Planets, the Delta and the symbol. Mission America, Denver, Colorado, Stardate 2016-06.19. And on the other side is Trekyards. And it's a box that opens up. And on the inside there's the captain's bars. On Samuel's are the commander's bars. But inside there's a cast resin insignia pin from the motion picture, or no, Wrath of Khan, sorry. And a comm badge. This is cast off the original molds for the original TNG badges. So that was very cool. And we loved them so much, the commander and myself, that we had Jack sign the inside of the lid, because these are fantastic. We wanted to meet up with Jack while we were in Denver to go out for drinks, but he was having car trouble that night, so he couldn't make it, unfortunately. But he made up a test version as well, which is here. It's the exact same, only it's just smaller. Got the bars inside. So this was the test one, but it turned out to be too small, so we had to do a bigger one. So those are absolutely incredible. I absolutely love these. I'm going to cherish these. They're great. I don't know what else to say, but they're great. Also, while we were at visiting the studio with Alec, I managed to get the little 2500 scale USS Ares resin model. I got a bunch of 2500 scale ships, so this was just a natural thing that I had to add to my collection. So, and also while we were there, they had miniatures, much like the original FASA miniatures of their ships. So I've got the USS Ares here. And this is the USS Xenothon, which is Gareth's first ship. This is a Markland class destroyer, which is one of my favorite looking ships. It's very cool. And it was only seen in FASA on the cover of the 4-Year War book, and only on the top view. So a modeler had to create that, and did a fantastic job. This one here is the Korolev. Has the big secondary hull, much like the Reliant, only with the secondary hull there. Here is the Geronimo, the two huge secondary hulls, pretty much for shuttles and support ships. And then the two engines attached at the top there. So there's that one. And then the last one, of course, is the Magellan class starship, which is basically just like a Reliant without the roll bar. So those are very cool. I'm going to add those to my miniature collection. As you can see, I've got some miniatures up here. I've got some of the dreadnoughts, the light dreadnought and the heavy dreadnought from FASA. I've got a ton of these, like Starfleet Battles miniatures as well, and a bunch of FASA miniatures in the other room. And of course, y'all know I have my little Andor class that I keep showing you guys in every video. I've since got a 2500 scale Andor, which is very cool, so I tend to use it now when I show you guys, but this is still here on my desk. And of course, like Saladin class too. So I love my little miniatures and my 2500 scale ships. So I'm just going to put these away and get one or two more things. And I mean, love him or hate him, Alec Peterson is nothing but cool to us at Trekyards. He was so kind while we were down there. Took us out for dinner quite a few times. We got to hang out with him, have a few drinks, things like that. Great guy as far as I'm concerned. I know people have their problems with him, but I don't. And we got some really cool stuff from the Axanar guys. This is incredibly awesome. The huge schematic of the Ares class. I can't see, but spoils of war. while we were down in America. Lots of fabulous stuff. I consider Alec a good friend. And of course the little posters. Consider. And this one. So there's a lot of stuff to lug around. Like I said, I took my Ships to the Line book down, which is a big book, and my brother gave me his. So those were both in my backpack for all of our flights and moving around. It was heavy. So yeah, my brother Steve owes me one or two or three or 500 for the stuff I do for him. Although he's done a lot for me over the years, so I guess it's only fair. So anyway, like I said, it's Star Trek's 50th, so there's lots of cool merchandise and stuff out there now. So just want to show you some of the stuff I picked up. Here's the Star Trek Starfleet log book. And it's basically like a little kid's activity book, but it's super cool. I had to pick one up. I might even get another one. But class registration, make your own little comics, games, quizzes, cadets logs, little cutout paper ships, and then little puzzles and decoding things, little standee cutout guys, word searches, guess the alien species, more cutouts. So a great little book, and if you see it, pick it up. It's like 12 bucks. A little bit pricey for what it is, but like I said, I'm a collector. I collect things. I got a shelf full of Star Trek books over there, so that'll go over there. Also, the Star Trek book by DK. This thing's really cool. It covers like everything, all the series, everything. 50 years of Star Trek in here. Just really cool, simple descriptions on things for people that might not be totally Trekkies. Definitely explains a few things, and got a timeline and stuff in there and a glossary. So very neat. And then the special edition Time magazine on Star Trek the 50th. Got that as well. 50 years of Star Trek. Haven't looked through this one really yet, but it's talking about the 50 years of Star Trek. So there's those. And yesterday I went to my local Hallmark store and picked up the 50th anniversary pilot versions Enterprise, which is gold. It's gold. And on the box it looks like a very dull gold, but when you get it, it's like super, super shiny. This thing's beautiful. And push this.
Space, final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise.
So very neat.
5-year mission.
If you can find one, pick it up. This was $39.99 Canadian, which is kind of pricey for an ornament, but it's well worth it. It'll be on my Trekyards tree, which will be down here again this year. Last year, if you remember, I had a bunch of Star Trek and Star Wars ornaments, Transformers ornaments, things like that. It's just kind of what I do. So there's that. And then also, this is new too. Star Trek mini communicator. This comes with a little book. It tells you all about the communicator, its history, its uses. These guys, Running Press, have done a few of these. There's a phaser, a mini phaser, and the little mini Enterprise, which is right here, that lights up. You can get these at like any bookstore. Well worth it for the money. Well, this was $16.50 in Canada, $12.95 in the US. But you get the little mini communicator, and yeah. So just a neat little addition to the collection, as it were. I think that's it for stuff I want to show off right this minute. Should probably get into answering your questions on the last Captain's Log. Oh, there is one last thing. It's a little wooden Ares ship that I had to construct. Got the little Ares symbol for the base. And you just glue the little sections on. And here's the little name plaque for it. USS Ares. I can't even read it on the screen there. Starfleet Command, Admiral Alec Peters. Engineering, Captain Sean Turanjo, Captain Tobias Richter. And yard engineer, Captain Thomas Moore. He's the one that created the wooden model, I believe. We know that Sean Turanjo and Alec Peters and Tobias Richter all had input into designing the Ares. So that's a fantastic little thing as well. And of course, I've also got my Wand Company communicator here, which I've done a review on. So if you haven't checked it out, please do so. Yeah, so excited to announce that yesterday we released my first interview with Rob Burnett, talking about Free Enterprise. Like I said, one of my favorite movies. If you haven't checked out the movie, watch it. I'm telling you to watch it. You won't regret it. If you're a Star Trek fan, you're going to love it. And I want to get, spread the word for Free Enterprise because it's an amazing movie. So I was honored to be able to speak with Rob finally after all these years of being a fan of his. And so if you haven't checked out the interview from yesterday, please do so. There's another one coming up in the future where I talked to Rob about the possibility of a Free Enterprise 2. So stay tuned for that as well. And last night, both Samuel and myself were live on a podcast called The Show. We were talking about Star Trek Online ships and our thoughts on the Agents of Yesterday expansion. So there is a link for that on the Facebook page. If you haven't listened to it and you're interested in that kind of thing, please do so. All right, so let's get into your questions and comments now. And we are off. So Maik, M-A-I-K, Buzzert. I didn't mind the Bajor-centric episodes of Deep Space Nine, but nowadays I tend to skip every scene containing Vedic Kai Wynn. Honestly, I hate her character. Everything about her, the smug face, the "oh, I'm so holy" voice, the complete absence of morals. If I'd be able to teleport into the Star Trek universe, I'd phaser her to a crisp and go willingly to Rua Pente for it. Or, the colony on New Zealand. Regarding the customizability of every aspect of your Star Trek Online officers, I think I know what you mean, but I am one of those guys, maybe the only one, who adjusts the particular attributes you undoubtedly were referring to the lowest possible setting. Not a huge fan of arguments, but I think I mean augments or balloons in general. I'm talking about female officers, how you can give them the proportions you like. And yeah, the Bajorans, I hate them. I hate Kai Wynn with a passion. Just psychotic. She's just... Enterprise H, first the obligatory and hopefully last mention of B-Belt 1's Enterprise J. Yes, I checked it out on the YouTube channel. It does look very cool. It's a nice Enterprise J model. Sorry it took so long for me to take a look at it. Yeah. Secondly, you had someone on the show regarding the TOS Technical Manual. I followed the author for a while, but nothing seemed to suggest that things were moving forward. Do you know the status of said Technical Manual? I may forget about it. I wish I did know 100%. I've talked to Cal, and he says that it was pushed back due to other releases for the 50th, like the Star Trek book I just showed you, and the Vulcan Travel Guide, and things like that. Apparently it was supposed to be released after Beyond is released, which is today. Um, so apparently the 26th, the Tuesday, in a few days is when it's being released, but I haven't seen any copies of it. I haven't held one in my hands. I haven't seen the Trekyards edition yet. Still waiting for Cal to send me that. So that's where that sits as of right now. That's what I know. It's supposed to be the 26th, but don't quote me on that. That's just what I know. If you haven't, if you need to ask him directly, his name is Cal Schnatz Jr. on Facebook. He's always commenting on the Trekyards page and stuff. So if you see him, hit him up and ask him what's going on. Thirdly, could you please talk about the guidelines and whether Paramount was involved or not? This helped me decide whether or not I'll be supporting Beyond. I have no idea if Paramount was involved or not. I don't think that should in any way dissuade you from seeing the movie. It's Star Trek. Go see it. Don't boycott them for their guidelines. I think that's stupid. You're just going to kill our franchise. And they are not killing the franchise with these guidelines. They're there for a reason, especially these early ones that are very strict. They're there for a specific reason. I've heard a lot about this over the last little while, so I know what I'm talking about. They will be relaxed. They are guidelines right now. They are not rules, so they will be eased back on once the Axanar thing has gone through court and has been settled. So you guys need to chill out. Don't boycott Star Trek. Don't boycott Paramount. Just go see the movie, enjoy it or hate it. I don't care which, but go see it. You don't have to see it in theaters. Wait till it comes out on DVD or pay-per-view or TV, whatever you want. I don't care. Just don't boycott the movie if, you know, just for the sake of, well, they screwed us over with the guidelines. They kind of did, but at the same time they kind of didn't. And you don't know both sides of the story, so to say you're going to boycott and make it lose money, that's going to look really bad for Star Trek as a franchise, and I don't want that. And finally, did my tidbit of Bajoran Fanyan help to cheer you up at times? Yes, it did. Thank you very much. Avuls. DS9 is too religion based. I totally agree. Zero bang. Hashtag bomb Bajor. I love that. Makes us sound like Cardassians, but I'm not a fan of the Bajorans at all. Donald the Trekkie says, I haven't watched yet all the Trekyards videos, but so far I haven't heard any reference to the official fact files. Do you not use them also? By the way, thanks for this awesome channel. The fact files, yes, we do. The ones done by Larry Nemeczek. Yes, we talk to Larry Nemeczek on a regular basis. I've got all those information here. Commander Cockings replied to your comment. But we combine it all into one script. We don't specifically reference where we found things, rather put it all together to stand on its own. And that's true. That's how I research these episodes. I have multiple web pages open at the same time talking about the same thing. I've got books that I go through and get tidbits out of, and I just write the script based on all this information, just compile it all together and kind of make it cohesive. Every now and then I will point out where something has come from because it's something that's kind of oddball, or if you wanted to look it up yourself, but very rarely. It's just all the combined sources so that you guys don't have to go searching for all this information. Okay, so No Nino 53. I would still like to see a top 10 of Space Engineers Star Trek ship builds. And is there a mod for the game, the Star Trek stuffs like transporters, cloaking fields, and shields? Thanks for your time. I don't know if there is any mods for transporters and stuff. I don't think there would be. For that Space Engineers game. There might be, but I'm not the person to ask because I just don't know. If anybody out there knows, please let No Nino 53 know. Michael Furley. Hello again. Could Sam reply to me please about the autograph bundle? Still waiting. And then Commander Cockings replied to him, so there you go. Empyrean Frost. What class of ship do you think Neil Davidson would have named after him? It's a good question. I don't know. Anything would be an honor to name after him, and he loved all ships, so I don't know. I can't really say what he would prefer. Paul Giovannetti Jr. I keep saying your name wrong, sorry. Good to have you back, Cap. I'm curious to know what kind of fans were at the con. I'd imagine they were mostly Prime Trek fans, but are the younger JJ fans attending the shows these days too? Yeah, we saw all kinds of fans. A lot of the fans, even ones that you could tell were Prime Timeline or old school fans were wearing the new JJ uniform. Maybe it's all they could get or something. But yeah, there was a nice mixture of both. My throat's still not 100%. There was a nice mixture of both there, so it was good to see that. I like seeing the old and the new fans. Electric Theo Studios. Hey, love your content, but do you think that Trekyards will ever look at ships from Battlestar Galactica universe? I know there is a teaser for the Pegasus for Fleet Yards, but when do you think that will be done? And will you do any other ships from that universe? Of course, we will do many ships from Battlestar Galactica in the Fleet Yards show. That's just what the show is about, basically, is ships from different franchises. So absolutely we would do that. As for when we will get the Pegasus done, that depends on you guys and Patreon. If we can get more people to donate to Patreon so we can get up to our levels that we need to make that show a constant, regular reality, we will definitely do that. But right now we're just sitting a little bit too low. We need to raise like another $200-300 a month to actually make that a viable option. So please check out our Patreon. Mark Plot regarding holodeck programs. Vulcan Love Slave 3. Sounds like a good one. Delta 67. What's the name of the video that is shown in the background? At the start of the video you can see that it is loading cycle is ready as this video starts. Well, it's just these. Just my LCARS animations and screensavers that I've collected over the years that I just have on a loop. So, and this one here is just a little flash animation, which is actually called Captain Sulu because it's Excelsior stuff. Analysis of Sci-Fi says, how was meeting Vic Mignon? I can't even say his last. I can never say his last name. Vic Mignogna. What was meeting him like? Cool. He's a great guy. Very nice. Very friendly. Very outgoing. Very flamboyant. Very eager to please. It seemed. Great guy. He absolutely loved seeing us and interviewing with us. And I feel honored to call him friend as well. We hung out a little bit and I got to know him, and good guy. Good guy. Mistress Serafina. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. Now for the question. Do you think Trekyards will ever have a mission in San Diego Comic-Con? I'm with you on the Bajorans, lol. We would love to go to San Diego Comic-Con. We just need, if any of you out there know any of the show organizers or are a show organizer for San Diego Comic-Con, please mention us and get us an invite there. We would love to go. If they provided the room and the flight, we would definitely go. That's what Denver Comic Con did, and it was fantastic. They really wanted us there, and we worked hard for them. We got 7 panels done for them. We recorded them all. We organized them all. We moderated them all. So any cons that want us there, please let people know that you want to see Trekyards. Okay. Next is Captain Lokiowa. Not going to say an actual question or comment until your Captain's Log videos are back to normal. Well, here it is, back to normal, so leave me a question. Just in case. But okay, it's nice to know you're back. Thought you and Sam have been back from Coming to America, just not in official form video, but okay. Yeah, we have been back for a while, and unofficially we had a few videos after we were back. But I had to make that Captain's Log saying that it's official that I'm back. By the way, I love the official name for this 2009 Star Trek, as known as the Kelvin universe or timeline. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I get why they called it the Kelvin timeline, but at the same time, that's the Kelvin incident is not why that universe is the way it is. Something happened prior to the Kelvin, or prior to the Narada coming through, that created that alternate universe, because the Kelvin is way too fucking huge to be a Star Trek ship, or a Starfleet ship. And it should have been called the Narada timeline, in my opinion, because that's what caused it. The Kelvin is inconsequential. A ship got destroyed. Ooh. It affected Kirk's future a little bit. Kirk's not the most important person in the universe, so I don't know why it's called the Kelvin timeline. Jess Hall, very nice. What was the coolest, most unexpected piece of swag? Aldo, sis, you pick up... Aldo, sis, you pick up any cool Trek gear? I just showed you a bunch of it. I did get more stuff, obviously, but I just forgot to show it to you, or it's not in the room here, or whatever. So yeah, lots of great stuff. Michael Furley, could you get in touch with Sam? This is Friday the 15th of July and I'm still waiting for my autograph bundle. I'll let him know. He'll watch this and hear it. You can contact him too on Facebook or on the Trekyards page. Probably the best way to do it, but yeah, he will hear this and he will take care of that for you. And it's Michael Furley, Samuel, so you can message him and fix that. Mark Plott, Photoshop, a Captain's Holiday featuring Captain Foley in a Speedo, LOL. Hey, if that's what you want to do, I was going to mention the contest later at the end of the log because it has to. The submissions have to be in by the end of the month. Haven't had any in like 2 weeks. I want more submissions, guys. More Photoshop submissions. I don't care what it is. It can be humorous. I don't care. There's a great gift, a great prize on the line, and I'm looking forward to going through them with Samuel and picking a winner. Mark Plott, yes, Foley, please show us your convention and Mission America swag. Temba, his arms wide. Well, there you go. I just already showed you this, so. Mark Plott again. Hey, Stuart Foley, have you heard about the Starfleet Academy experience in New York, New York? Will you be going to it as you could do a video mission on it? I went to something similar a long time ago, put on by OMSI Starfleet Science Interactive Show. I wore my TOS green captain's uniform. Yeah, I have heard about it. I haven't really looked too much into it, what it entails. I saw that George Takei was there pimping it out. So yeah, I would definitely love to go see it and see what it's all about or learn more about it. I just haven't had the chance, but yes, I am aware of it. Nova 1972X, welcome back, Captain Foley. I have a question for your next Captain's Log. Are there any sources that explicitly state that the Constitution class was completely phased out by the TNG era? If so, when were they completely out of service? I don't think they were. I think there was still one or two that were actually still in service in, like, you know, very minimalistic roles. I know there were some in the Fleet Museum. I believe one of them was actually renamed to Enterprise. Original Constitution class ship was renamed to Enterprise because of the Enterprise's status. I know it was refitted and destroyed, but I believe one was renamed. So yes, I think. I don't know of any sources where you could find that out. Just look online. Ken Still, question for you, dear Captain. Are the new draconian guidelines pertinent to you and the Commander and anything done in Trekyards? And what do others like Probert and Drexler think? Or if they are keeping to themselves because in the we one's pool is bad for business. So we in one's pool is bad for business. Thank you, Sam, for everything you have done to keep up the great work. They do not affect Trekyards at all. Trekyards is not a fan film. We are a documentary web series, so any clips we use are very short. Clips from the show or the movies are very short. There's no sound, and it's used in a documentary style format, and it's not full screen. It's compressed within our LCARS display. So we totally fall under fair use for anything we use in regards to that. So no, it doesn't apply to us. As for Drexler, he's already stated his opinion on his Facebook page pretty much the day or so after they came out, and I haven't heard anything from Andrew Probert, but you know, best thing to do is ask them online on Facebook, and I'm sure they'll tell you their thoughts. Matthew Bollinger, I hated the Bajoran episodes also. I also hated the fake religion created for Deep Space Nine. These episodes almost killed the series for me. Also, the relationship between Odo and Kira. What the fuck? Yeah. The Bajorans, the religion, all that bugs me. Although Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek series. I never liked Kira. I hate Kira with a passion, so I just wish she would die already. I like Odo. I think it all played out fairly well, even with that relationship. I think it was all right. But yeah, just little minor things. And then Kharkov. Welcome back again, Captain. Looking forward to all the new Mission America content coming up. What is the most frustrating thing you had to deal with on the trip? Also, what was the most surprisingly pleasant thing? The most surprisingly pleasant thing was that Samuel wasn't a complete asshole. He was actually just as nice as he is on Skype. We got along famously. we were, after hanging out for like an hour in person, it felt like we'd known each other for 10 years instead of the 2 years that we'd known each other online. So that was the most pleasant part. As for the worst part, it was probably the fact that we almost missed our flight out of LA to Denver. And while we were in the LAX, a tube, one of these tubes that was full of posters signed by Rick and Doug and everybody, like bigger posters we wanted to sell in Denver, got stolen from us. Mine was, this was mine, that was with me the whole trip. It was in my backpack. Samuel had his loose and he had set it down, and we were getting our tickets at the kiosk thing and arranging all that, and we were running a little bit behind. We got on the plane with 5 minutes to spare, but somewhere between the kiosk and where we got in line for security, something happened and this got stolen from Samuel. And he had some personalized autographs in there as well, which is a real shame. I felt bad because he wanted to put it in his big luggage, and I said it's probably just best to carry it because, you know, you'd have to squeeze it in there. So it's kind of my fault that it got stolen, kind of Samuel's fault that it got stolen, kind of some dickhead in LA that's fault that got stolen. So yeah, that was the worst part. And just being always tired and kind of on edge the whole time. I don't do well when I'm tired. I'm not a morning person. I need my sleep, and just the stress of everything and not having my beautiful, lovely wife with me to keep me calm and to keep things organized. It was just me and Samuel were kind of always on edge. He was always really tired because of his time zone change, and he always stayed up later than I did and slept in longer than I did, which, you know, I usually don't get up early, but when I'm on a trip like that, I tend to, because I want to get things done. So I'd get up and he'd be sleeping, and I'd be like, get up, get up, get up, and then, you know, it kind of annoys me because I want to get things done. And so he would, and then he'd always go to bed like 2 or 3 hours after I was actually asleep. So it's his own fault for being so tired. So he was always very tired, and we kind of got on each other's nerves a little bit near the end, but just minorly. And then, you know, now it's all just water under the bridge. It's all, we were tired. There's no other excuse for it. That's just the way it is. That's what happens when people get tired. So there you go. That's it. Thank you for the questions, guys. Like I said, the contests, the Photoshop contests, send them to trekyards@hotmail.com, and the subject line put photo contest, and anything photoshopped of Trekyards, Samuel, myself. We've got some great entries. We need more though. We haven't got a lot. So we want to get more of those, and those will be shown on the channel once that is all done and we've gone through them. And a great prize for it. And also the model building contest for the World War II fighters. All the Trekyards submissions have to be Federation, and they have to be in by the end of July as well. And then we put them all up on the site. The whole Trekyards community picks a winner, and that one winner goes on to represent us against the other two groups that are doing it, Everything Models and Starship Modeler. And this is being taken care of by Paul Lewis and myself. So, one of them is the Romulans and the other is Klingon. We are Federation for Trekyards. So there's that contest as well. Also, Ticonderoga, August 12th to the 14th. Me and my wife are going down. So is my brother, actually. So if you guys are going to be there, you get to meet me, my wife, and my brother. My oldest brother, Steve, the original Captain Foley. So that's awesome. And on Saturday at 1 o'clock, there's a Trekyards panel, 50 years of a ship called Enterprise. Samuel will be Skyping in for that, and we will have an hour-long discussion about enterprises in general, and you guys can ask questions and whatnot near the end. So there we go, Ticonderoga in Ticonderoga, New York, August 12th to the 14th. Also, yesterday, Samuel informed me that our YouTube channel is almost at 2 million views. We should probably be there sometime today or tomorrow. So yes, for 2 million views. Thank you, guys. Please share Trekyards to anybody that you think will enjoy it, and let's get the Trekyards word out there. And that's about it. So also, my buddy Blap from Blap Models has started pouring these, or casting these in resin, the Trekyards comm badges. Quite a few of these were handed out during our Trekyards Mission America trip to some of the, like Doug Drexler, Rick Sternbach, John Eves, Alec Peters. Everybody got one, basically. So there you have it. They're being poured. The perks for the Indiegogo are going out soon. Like I said, they're being poured right now. So probably next week I'll be heading over there today's place. I will be painting them all up for you guys. We got about 20 of them that have to go out, and I will let you know when they're being shipped out so that you guys can get your perks for that. The digital perks I still have not got around to, and I apologize for that. Hopefully next week I'll have a chance to send out all the digital artwork and whatnot that we need to do for those. So thank you very much, guys, for being so patient with us for the perks. All the physical autograph bundles are mailed out, except for the I think it was Mark or Foley, I can't remember. Anyway, in the comments there he said he hadn't got his yet, but the Samuel was taking care of that because it was UK. So anyway, there you have it, guys. Thank you for tuning in for this Captain's Log. Please leave your questions, comments, suggestions, insults, compliments, all in the comments section below, and I will get to them for my next Captain's Log, which I don't know what I'm doing. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and I will see you all later. This is Captain Foley signing off. Oh, one more thing. Brand new Yeti microphone. Thanks to you guys for hitting that stretch goal for our last Indiegogo. So that is here. We've done some recording with it already, and it's fantastic. It's a great little microphone, perfect for podcasting and doing Trekyards. So stay tuned for some enhanced audio and whatnot in that regard. So thank you guys again. You're all fantastic, and I love you guys so much. Anyway, this is Captain Foley signing off until next time. Bye, everybody. See you soon.